serve each and every one at a time. By Nationwide Insurance. Check the yellow pages for the agent nearest you. Nationwide is on your side. And by Ford and your Ford dealer. Have you driven a Ford lately? Welcome everyone to the Hartford Civic Center. Tonight's game features the Hurricanes of Miami against the 4th-ranked Connecticut Huskies. Good evening, everyone. I'm Dave Sims, along with Jim Spinarco. Good to have you with us. And I tell you what, Jimmy, the other day, Connecticut lost at Kansas by 29. It was a thorough embarrassment. How do they bounce back tonight?
Well, they bounced back by forgetting about it, I think. They got stung very good on Saturday with the numbers were just very, very poor at shooting the basketball. Clearly, we know that's not the Connecticut team. The key thing to look for, though, Dave, is the early start. You'll see how much character Connecticut has. I believe they have a lot, so Miami better be ready to play.
That is indeed true. Ray Allen is the leading scorer in the Big East Conference. Look for him to try to get it going early.
Well, another guy who struggled from the floor the other day, obviously a very, very good shooter. Here we get a look at him shooting the ball, squaring up. The key thing with Ray Allen is that he can beat you in so many ways. So when he is struggling, he will take it to the floor.
The more you see their 7-foot center, Travis Knight, the more you like him. And a lot of NBA scouts are really starting to get big on him. Look for him tonight, too.
Well, the key with him is if he gets bigger in the weight room. We've talked about that over. And the thing with him is defensively, I think he's really starting to step up. He's a big force down there, and he's giving them a punch offensively.
Good news for the Miami Hurricanes. A couple of road wins this year. That is a first, and they're led by Stephen Edwards. He started every game. He's their leading scorer, and he's going to have to carry a big load tonight.
He's going to have to shoot the ball a little better than what he has been. Leonard Hamilton, before the game, I was talking to him. He said he's done a lot of good things for this team. Here you see him stripping, going down the floor, and finishing it off with a dunk. The key for him, though, is to make a couple of shots early.
And their big center, Konstantin Popa, had pretty good numbers the other day at Syracuse, but Syracuse blew him out.
And a nice matchup with he and Knight tonight, but one of the keys right here is keeping him on the floor. He's had trouble with the early fouls. Important for Miami to keep him and get him playing 25 to 35 minutes.
Should be interesting. First matchup of the season between UConn and Miami coming your way from Hartford. We'll get it on in a couple of seconds. Starting introductions for tonight's Big East matchup coming your way after these words from our local stations.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the Hartford Civic Center for tonight's Big East Conference basketball game between the Hurricanes of the University of Miami and your University of Connecticut Huskies. Here are the starting lineups for tonight's game. First for Miami, a 6'8" sophomore from Miami, Florida, number 3, Alex Frazier. A 6'6" junior from Miami, Florida, number 21, Steve Edwards. A 7'3" senior from Bucharest, Romania, number 33, Konstantin Popa. A 5'9" freshman from Baltimore, Maryland, number 12, Kevin Norris. And a 6-foot junior from Bowling Green, Kentucky, number 20, Mitchell Dunn. And the head coach of the Hurricanes, Leonard Hamilton. Now starting lineups for your University of Connecticut Huskies. A 6'4" senior from Los Angeles, California, number 12, Kevin Ali. A 6'5" sophomore from Ramat Ethal, Israel, number 11, Jerome Sheffer. A 7-foot junior from Sandy, Utah, number 40, Travis Knight. A 6'5" sophomore from Dalzell, South Carolina, number 34, Ray Allen. And a 6'7" senior from Federal Way, Washington, number 33, Donnie Marshall. And the head coach of the Huskies in his 9th year at Connecticut, Jim Calhoun.
Jim Calhoun is 9th year with the Connecticut Huskies, and the 26% the other day, the worst since he's been here. We're back for the tip-off for tonight's game, Hurricanes and Huskies, after these words from our local station. for you this evening. UConn putting its unbeaten string on the line tonight in the conference. They shoot 49%. How about Miami, Jim Spinarkle, shooting just 57% from the free throw line?
Well, shooting has been a problem for Miami this season, but I think the numbers of their records are very indicative of maybe how this one will go. You expect Connecticut to really come on strong.
This is the third game of a stretch of 5 straight games for Miami against top 25 competition. Connecticut will get first crack, crowd on its feet until the Huskies score their first bucket. Sheffer to Ali. Look for the Huskies to make the extra pass tonight. Jim Calhoun really dissatisfied, and they turn it over.
Well, the strong man-to-man defense to start for Miami.
Tough defense. Sheffer gets a piece.
Same thing for Connecticut down there end. Very strong man-to-man. They'll switch up defenses as they go.
It's done. Edwards throws it away. Sheffer takes over.
Got Allen on the right.
Hey, Allen off balance. Can't get the roll, but he was fouled.
One of the things this Connecticut team will do, whether it's a miss, a steal, or a made basket even, they blow it down the floor. Here you see Sheffer stepping across to steal it. Look at the eye contact now, up and down, looking all over, and give it to Allen, who has that pull-up jump shot. Not many kids, he's a kid, he's been around a long time already, it seems like, but not many kids can pull up and stop on a dime like he can.
Likes the first one off the back iron. Leonard Hamilton likes that. Tell you about the story of Miami the last couple of years. It's been all about injuries. We'll get into that as the game progresses. Allen makes it 1-0 Connecticut. And here's the full court pressure.
2-2-2-1. 7 guys, right?
Yeah, it seems like it. They go diagonally. And Frazier to Popa with the jam. Constantine Popa.
He had a little lucky break, but the results are good. Finishing the play is so important for Miami.
Travis Knight up top. First time in a long time he gets his vision cut off, and there's a trip there. It's against Miami. It's against number 3. That's Alex Frazier.
Donnie Marshall going against Frazier, trying to get good position. Frazier with a bump and a trip from behind.
Full house here at the Civic Center. Sheffer into the paint, nice give off, and Travis Knight scores.
Nice thing about having Sheffer and Ali on the floor. 2 point guards coming at you. Knight just has to wait it out.
Get it to Popa. Find the open man. Frazier jumper way long. Iron core, if you will. Didn't get anything. Nice pass. Knight is right there, but they get a kick ball.
Yeah, somebody got a toe on it, I think it was. A beautiful look by Sheffer, directing again on the middle of the floor. And watch for the kick. Yep.
And there it was. He actually right there at the number 21. I think it was Edwards.
Second guy through. But a beautiful run by Knight down the floor also.
Sheffer got it. Sheffer has been struggling mightily from the field. Just 37% Big East play. 5-2 Connecticut.
Miami has to be patient and control the basketball and then finish their plays when they break this trap.
Across court to Edwards. Popa gets freed up. Now a double team.
Shoulders right shoulder.
Allen tries to steal and can't save it.
Allen came from across the floor to double team on the baseline side. Big guy Popa was looking to maybe drop step there, but Allen sealed it off.
This is Kevin Norris, Big East Rookie of the Week 2 weeks ago.
10 on the shot clock right now. Look at this.
Donnie Marshall, challenge, reverse, scoring.
Frazier made him go a long way to complete that play on the reverse side, but Marshall's so strong. Pretty good patience. They have to get it across just barely.
UConn 3 for 3 from the field. Penetration inside. Tip, no good. Almost tipped in by Ray Allen. Knight controls.
Off to the races again.
Popa knocked it free. Popa comes up with it. They got to break out with Edwards. Sheffer, the last man there. Nice hang. Couldn't get the roll.
Edwards wanted, if he wanted that one again there, to put that one down. And terrific move to go by Sheffer, and Sheffer trying to get that little strip waist high. Good outlet pass by the big fella, gets it out, maybe just a little off to the right. Edwards has to track it down, but watch the hand. Little strip, no hand contact. The fans don't like it. They see a replay here also, but there was a little knee action. They didn't see the knee down low.
Stephen Edwards to the line, 6'6" junior out of Miami High School. Only player to start each and every game for the Hurricanes this year. One of those guys coming off a knee injury. Leonard Hamilton said he's never seen anything like it. Said if I have my team healthy, I'm okay. All I want is what I've got. They've lost 40 man games to injuries this year. 7 different players have been injured.
Those games start to sound like NBA numbers, right?
Oh, yeah.
But they're only college games where you're playing 1 quarter of the season.
Jim Calhoun, his task tonight to get the team to bounce back. Talking about the game at Kansas on Saturday, Roy Williams, the head coach of the Jayhawks, said, hey, that was our best game. That's as good as it gets. And it was mighty good.
Yeah, that wasn't too bad.
I mean, you name it, they did it. Sheffer throws glass way short. Loose ball, who's going to get it? Miami's got it. Good move here by Dunn.
Good move by Dunn, not to force the action.
Frazier attacks. Can he get the roll? Tipped by Popa's good. Constantine Popa. Canes hanging in, down by 2. 3.5 into our first half. And a foul on Donnie Marshall. Call made by Tom Lopes.
Marshall and Frazier, they were mixing it up before early on. Calhoun not happy with the call, but evens it up with Frazier and Marshall.
Officials tonight, as we look at field goal numbers, officials tonight, Frank Scagliotta, the referee from Penn Argyl, Pennsylvania, Tom Lopes from Hazlet, New Jersey, and Rick Pretzel from Lewisburg, PA.
From a 2-2-1 back into a man-to-man.
Edwards way outside. Long, Knight with the rebound.
They always look to push it up the floor, too.
Allen wide open, plenty of room. From the corner's good for 3.
Anticipating shot. Ray Allen ran to a spot in the thought process of when it comes, I'm getting ready to release.
5-point lead for the Huskies. Allen's got 4. Frazier trapped in the corner. Got away with the cross court.
We could have scooped that one up.
You bet. Edwards. Surprise Popa. Lefty. He is left-handed, but has worked his way into being ambidextrous. Loose ball, it'll go Connecticut way. So 15:43 to go, 10-5 Connecticut. We'll be back after these messages. A 5-point lead here in Hartford, 15:43 to go. This copyrighted telecast produced by authority of the Big East Conference and is intended solely for the private, non-commercial use of our audience. Any publication, reproduction, retransmission, or other use of the pictures, descriptions, and accounts of this game without the express written consent of the Big East Conference is prohibited. Donnie Marshall has had a terrific career here at Connecticut, improving. His numbers have made terrific jumps every year. And now he's adopted the Lawrence Moten fashion statement, although it does look like he's got a knee pad on that shin. Yes, he does on the right shin. But he was doing the Moten Terry Kittles, 1 sock up, 1 down.
Yeah, he has gone to the different colored sneakers a little bit.
Ryan Fair missed. And a breakout by Norris. Cross court. To Dunn, back to Norris, up top. This is Frazier. This is Steve Frazier, who's one of the walking wounded, couple of knee injuries. Doesn't look like it right there with the left hand.
Pretty shift in the air. Had to do that or ball would have gotten stripped about waist high. Nice move to start things off, Steve Frazier.
Miami hanging tough. It's 10-7. Connecticut in the lead. Given Ollie. He too has struggled from the outside, but bangs his first one home.
It allows him to get set up with that trap. Leonard Hamilton knows he can beat this if the players just be patient with it. Popa in the middle is a big factor too as a release. There he is.
Get it to Dunn, penetrates. Now he's stuck. Get it into Rich. Left hand, a little strong. Knight is there. Good defense by Travis Knight. Huskies with the ball up by 5. Ryan Fair. Ollie let her rip again. Can't get it. Rebound. Popa had it and lost it. But a foul called on the play.
Maybe Knight over the top, possibly. Once again, Connecticut pushing the basketball up. Ollie just came down the floor and hit his previous shot, so you can't leave him wide open even though he misses. And there's the push from behind. Knight, Marshall coming in second. Knight getting the call. Good effort there on the boards defensively.
Will Willingham into the game now for Connecticut. Miami struggling, but only down by 5, and Connecticut off to a good start. Hayward is in the game. Hayward, number 45. Want to make a correction there. Willingham's not in. It's Hayward, 45.
Look for that sideline trap. Beautiful cross pass.
Yes, it was.
Excellent pass.
Lorenzo Pearson puts it down at that last dead ball. He came in along with number 5, Steve Rich.
Suck the defenders towards you and get rid of it before the double.
Miami down by 3. Ryan Fair.
Known for his shooting. Good little dump pass to Marshall. Miami playing pretty good defense. Man-to-man again. Solid straight up.
Shot clock at 12 seconds. Sheffer looking to penetrate. Kick out to Allen. It's no good. And it'll stay right here. Upcoming games in the Big East. Seton Hall at Providence tomorrow, at the Garden in New York City tomorrow. Villanova, 5-game winning streak without Jonathan Haynes, will take on the Red Storm. And then Saturday, Georgetown, Miami at Seton Hall at Boston College. And a foul. And it's on Steve Rich. Third team foul for Miami. Donnie Marshall takes his seat. Kirk King comes in. Kirk, number 32. Get it to Brian Fair. Always ready to put it up.
That's a shooter's mentality. You better be ready if you're a shooter. Anticipate shot. If it's not there, worry about the pass.
There he is, off the curl. Good rotation. Can't put it down. King had it, lost it, regains. What a battle.
Just going after it.
Miami, Fair knocked it away. It'll be Miami ball.
You know, one thing I've been impressed with, Dave, over the last season or so is Miami, the way Leonard Hamilton always has them playing hard, even though they've had problems with injuries.
Last night, a beauty. Syracuse wins at Georgetown, 76-75. And right now, those Pitt Panthers, they are so pesky. They've got one win in the conference. It's against St. John's. Boston College still looking for its first conference win. Dunn, make that Dunn rather, misses. Pearson does run it down. No, he doesn't. Couldn't maintain his footing. Saturday, Villanova at Pittsburgh, Connecticut at St. John's, and Connecticut has struggled over the years in New York City. That game will be played at the Garden. And then Syracuse at Kentucky, a rematch from last year. The Orangemen knocked off Kentucky at the Carrier Dome last February in a very impressive performance.
How about the Red Storm over the weekend, huh?
Very surprising win at Michigan.
Yeah.
Ray Allen dumped out, picked off by Frazier.
Frazier looked up. Dunn was open for a second and decided not to. Good choice.
4 turnovers apiece.
You don't want to get into a real up and down game. I'm sure Leonard Hamilton would just stay with this pace.
And Hayward is called for the foul. He was holding off Lorenzo Pearson.
So there's no sense trying to test the waters here with Connecticut and getting it going up and down. Watch Hayward, 45, right there in the middle of the screen. Watch the big hook and pull around and down by Pearson. Good call from the officials. Got to do that one out of camera, too. You know, you just can't get caught that easily.
That's right.
You got to do that.
Travis Knight just came back into the game for Connecticut. Anthony Rosa, number 10. He came in for Kevin Norris.
Watch the officials and the cameramen. That's the key playing basketball.
Rosa, great story. Walk on last year, started 5 of the last 6 games.
Got to catch the basketball.
And he's hit by Ollie. Boy, there's a foul. It's a coach killer. Kevin Ollie with the foul, his first. But things have slowed down with 12 minutes to go. Connecticut leads at 12-9. We'll be back after these words from our local stations. Back here at Hartford, Dave Sims and Jim Spinarkle, and I want to take a look at, as we compare the guards in this game. Kevin Ollie, Daron Sheffer, compare what they have done this season. Kevin Norris and Mitchell Dunn, and these are for the season total, Jim Spinarkle, and that Ollie Sheffer combination, almost a 2-to-1 assist to turnover ratio.
Well, Sheffer and Ollie coming in at 1 and 2. Sheffer #1 in assists in the league. With the turnovers, you might say it's even a little high for those two guys also for Connecticut.
Turnover by Rich. Steve Rich out of Fort Lauderdale, transfer from Wake Forest. Leonard Hamilton's team averaging 18 turnovers a game. Same number by Connecticut, and a foul in the backcourt by Steve Frazier.
So far, Dave, and we're under 12 minutes left, 11:55 in the first half. I think Miami has done a pretty good job of controlling tempo. No spurts yet for Connecticut. No real costly turnovers either against Miami.
Yeah. Leonard Hamilton talking about, hey, we got to handle their press. Make some. They know that Connecticut will make adjustments, do some pressuring, and got to slow the game down and take good shots.
They've done just that so far.
Allen wide open. Gubbing. He's got it for 3. Leading scorer in the Big East Conference. He's got 7 points on the evening.
He can kill you in so many different ways.
Biggest lead of the evening for the Huskies. Frazier wide open. In and out. Tough one. Allen rebound, foul Rosa.
Pretty good foul there by Rosa, even though he didn't know up the court. Once that first kickout pass came down, Connecticut had some numbers, 3-on-2.
Johnny Marshall back in, and Rudy Johnson, number 23, his first appearance tonight. The Rudy cheer goes up. Stephen Edwards back in, number 21 for Miami.
4-player substitution there for Miami.
They've got Alex Frazier back in. UConn so far from 3-point range, 2 for 5. Miami 0 for 2.
A little high-low exchange between Knight and Marshall.
Sheffer can't get it. Turnover, Connecticut.
That takes the rhythm out, that's for sure. You spend a little time, Jill Calhoun, trying to get the rhythm back after a tough Saturday.
Our Big East notebook. Big East is back, indeed. 4 teams in the AP Top 20. Iverson, 5-time Rookie of the Week, and Jonathan Haynes of Villanova. He's out indefinitely. A major blow for Villanova. They're at the Garden to face St. John's tomorrow night.
There's that penetration, good extra pass.
Popa blocked. Marshall had it, lost it. And it'll stay right here. Popa blocked by Travis Knight.
Frazier coming in, trying to get his hands on the basketball, knocked out of bounds. Miami will retain possession. Oh, look at this.
Norris rolls it in. Good looking play by the Hurricanes. It's 15-11 UConn.
5'9" alley-oop.
Believe that?
Big guy goes to the corner, a little guy's open. You don't see that very often.
Johnny Marshall, 3, a little long. Knight rebound, had it, lost it. Here comes Miami.
That's when you have to gobble up right there, Dave, and stick it right back.
Opa way up top. Gives it to Frazier. Kevin Norris, the freshman. Here's Edwards. Way outside. Little front rim action. Tracked down by Frazier. Frazier.
You hear it so often. The long shots equal long rebounds when you have misses. What's this?
Ooh, Popa wanted the hook shot. No discontinuation there. Frazier, 3 in the air is good.
The only thing I can think is that ball must have been tipped. Nice
5
D.
points and turned over again by Connecticut.
After made baskets, Connecticut looks to run. They've been doing it all season long. Little double tip. Miami getting back quickly. Jim Calhoun starting to question things a little bit.
Certainly the fans here at the sold-out Hartford Civic Center. A little testy right now. Their team coming off a 29-point loss. And Miami, as Marshall boxes out, takes over. Miami only down 1.
Nobody picked them up.
Ollie to the hole. Score the goal.
Well, so quick with the basketball. It's kind of like going to the supermarket. The difference between getting in the wrong lane and the express lane. And here he comes. Bang, he just crosses and blows it right at you. Finishes it off. The quickness of Kevin Ollie. Good look there by Marshall. And watch, little indecision out front by Miami. Nobody picks him up. He says hello, take it all the way.
4 points for Ollie. Foul is on Kevin Norris, his second. See, Kevin, the other day against Kansas, typified the Connecticut output that afternoon. And a little bit early, don't you think?
2 guys, wasn't it?
They said Brian Fair was in first. So Connecticut denied an opportunity for a point. So one of these January 31st blues here, huh, Jim? Mid-season, making the stretch, getting ready to make the turn for home in college basketball with the month of February. Then we get into tournament time and maybe a little rust starting to show up here.
Well, the key is for Connecticut is to get back into what they do so well. That's up tempo.
Popa, jump hook, got the roll. Constantine Popa, Miami, down one. Popa's got 6 points.
And it's all pace and tempo, Dave. Exactly what they want to do, and they've at least won the first 10 minutes, even though they're down a point.
That's right.
The tempo has gone all the way to Miami's favor.
Connecticut averaging 84 points a game, #1 on the Big East. Miami 9th in scoring at 66. Certainly this game at their pace. Allen, quick release. Bounces good for 3. He comes back up board shaking his head. He's got 10 points. He's got 3 threes on the evening.
And a friendly bounce on top of things.
Boy, that goes just against what I saw Friday. At West Virginia, they have the locked-in basket, the old kind. These are the snapbacks,
right.
And what a difference that makes. Frazier inside, looking for contact, no call. Connecticut by 4. Back to Fair, plenty of room for him. He's got it.
Now he gets some rhythm. Key possession right here to make sure you're careful with the basketball if you're Miami, because you do not want to get it quickly down the other end, because Fair and Allen are starting to warm up a bit.
7-point lead, the largest of the evening. Connecticut 4 for 8 from 3-point range. They're second in the Big East in 3-point shooting to Villanova, 39%.
Just don't see the bounce defensively.
Long shot, rebound. Here come the Huskies. Ollie, Fair, plenty of room again. Marshall, Edwards, and boy, how did he know that Mitchell Dunn was there? Dunn throws it back. Edwards, oh brother, what contact there.
I don't know. I mean, both of them going after the basketball. Ollie comes up short on that one.
Second foul on Kevin Ollie. Watch the contact here. Football coaches would be proud.
Well, the only reason he gets the call is because Edwards beat him to the punch. He had the basketball and then he gets hit.
Unpopular call, but the Huskies do have the lead by 7. We're back after these messages. Good game. Connecticut leads it 23-16. A lovely. That is a gorgeous dog, the mascot here. Now for our MCI proof positive replay. Jim Spinarkle, proof positive that the hook shot is not dead in college basketball.
No, it is not. In the jump hook variety also, you see the big fella Popa go up over King, looking for the shot, puts it right down, but a nice little touch. And the big guy has to get in there close. He's been known to take long-range hooks, but he needs those little short hooks.
Miami hanging tough, shooting only 32%. The only lead for the Canes. They're up 2-1, and right now this is the largest lead by the Huskies. Denied is Rich. Sheffer. The trailer, Knight. Nicely done, Travis Knight.
That's the beauty of having a big guy who can run the floor, and Sheffer who can see the floor.
Rosa. Dunn's pants about to fall off. He adjusts.
I'll tell you. They're big enough, the pants, aren't they?
Nice look inside. Pearson puts it away.
Twice in a row, they've gone to the well down low. Pretty good execution by Miami.
Edwards with the fine pass. That ends an 8-0 run by Connecticut over the last 2 minutes. 6:40 to go. First half, 25-18 Connecticut over Miami. Dave Sims and Jim Spinarkle with you from the Civic Center in Hartford. Donnie Marshall with the shake, flip, roll, got it.
Well, a couple of buckets, one for Marshall, one for Ray Allen, have been extra friendly down the Connecticut end. 4
points for Donnie Marshall. Rosa finds some room. Ryan Fair playing some good defense on Mitchell Dunn. Edwards now inside. Rich post, interior pass, a little too much. And good hustle by Dunn. But Connecticut will take over. Check that. Yes, indeed. Mitchell Dunn, that's what it was. Good hustle on his part.
Sheffer also defensively getting a hand in to save a bucket. Just can't put that ball on the floor lazily.
Sheffer at 6'5", going against Rosa, who's 5'9".
Clearly can look right over Rosa. Contact both ways.
Rosa really bird dogging. to the corner for fair. Shot clock inside 10 seconds. Sheffer.
Finally get Rosa with the hand check.
So Anthony Rosa, his second foul this evening.
Here's what it's like trying to guard Sheffer. Good with the basketball. See a little pushing back and forth, but there's that left hand initially out front for Rosa, so they finally caught up with him.
7th team foul for Miami. Connecticut has 6. Huskies in the 1-1. Boo Willingham in for Travis Knight now. And Connecticut women #1 in the country running away from Providence.
Some more wholesale changes here for Miami. Another 4 in, 4 out. Keeping some fresh legs.
We got Frazier and Fraser. Hope is back in, along with Kevin Norris. Sheffer a little long. Popa with the rebound. Sheffer at 63% from the line in Big East play this year.
If they try to go down again low. 2 times in a row they've looked to dump it on the blocks.
Being patient. Frazier outside studies. Little long. Sheffer runs it down.
They're getting some shots and just not putting them even close to going down with the outside perimeter game.
Miami just a 40% shooting team, last in the conference from the field.
It's been showing on a couple outside shots, hasn't it?
Marshall beats Frazier. Foul on Frazier. Alex Frazier, his second foul.
Cannot give up the baseline. The first thing you're taught defensively down on the baseline is get the left leg out on the baseline. You see Marshall goes at it because it was already extended. By the time Frazier tries to pick it back up and get out on that baseline, it's too late.
Ray Allen on the bench. Ray Johnson in the game as Marshall deposits the first from the line. He's 85% in Big East plays. 5 points this evening. Leonard Hamilton working it hard on the sideline tonight. 3 and 5 in the Big East. Not bad. Miami. First year in the Big East, 1 and 17. Second year, 7 and 11, and last year 0 and 18. Market improvement on a good trip by Donnie Marshall. 29-18, 11-point lead, the largest this evening.
And when you consider all the injuries, I know this is going to sound crazy, Dave, but I think he's done a very good job with all the injuries he's had to keep a competitive team on the floor. Is a very good job by Leonard Hamilton.
No question. And to win at St. John's in Providence when they had never won a game on the road in the conference is significant too. Popa got to go right after it. Travel. He did not attack the basket. He looked for more room, and the turnover proved costly.
Worst case, Dave, what you want to end up doing is getting to the free throw line. Now watch Popa. He's a big guy. Explode to that basket. Don't go sneaking across the baseline. Explode at it. Little hop, he gets caught.
They leave him free. Sheffer can't get it. Donnie Marshall flip. No roll. Another flip, and Popa comes down with it. 29-18 Connecticut approaching the 4-minute mark. Good defense by the Huskies. This is Alec Frazier.
Look at all the room Marshall's given to him.
Tried to spin. Cross-court pass. Boy, was that dangerous. Going to be left with under 10 seconds left on the shot clock once they get it over.
Still plenty of time. You can be under control.
Norris, they're going to get a good look. Frazier up in the air, a little long. Popa has it, lost it. Nice look inside. Frazier score the goal. That is a big-time play. Kevin Norris with the pass, and it's completed by Alex Frazier.
And
his
Popa
first bucket of the night.
Going after the basketball once again at the offensive end, and it's the challenge, the big move. And boy, both guys get down pretty hard. That's a pretty finish with the left hand. You get another look. See, Popa doesn't come down with it, but Miami all over. Great pass and a terrific finish.
That pass was marvelous by Kevin Norris.
That's one of those passes, Dave, when you see the basketball coming to you, you also see out of the corner of your eye your teammate, so it's kind of like 2 for 1.
Nicely done. Frazier at the line, just 38% and an adventure in the conference. What a roll. Timeout on the floor. 3:39 to go here in the first half from Hartford. Connecticut leads at 29-21. We'll be back after these messages.
Right side baseline, Allen.
Marco with you. Ray Allen, what a talent. Everybody in the country will know about him. He's just the sophomore, #1 scorer in the Big East. And right now, he's got a big part in those numbers from three-point range for the Connecticut Huskies. He's got 3 threes tonight, 3 of 4.
Came in shooting 42% from the three-point stripe, so way above his average. Change of pace here for Miami for the zone.
Fair. Dribbled into a triple team. They find Knight. 2 Hurricanes banged into each other. Travis Stykes got 6.
You get a look at why Sheffer gets so many assists per ball game. That was a dandy.
4 assists for Sheffer. Coming up on 3 minutes to go in the first half. Dunn post up with Frazier.
Knight behind. Here comes the double.
Triple team. Fair's covering him. Somebody's open. They find Frazier up top.
They react pretty quickly, though, don't they, on the weak side?
Sure do. Nice block. Ray Allen bounced it off his leg. Miami takes over. Oh, brother.
Fair to Allen.
Free look. Done. No. And a rebound to Sheffer. Donnie Marshall ahead of the pack. Now Allen.
Well, Donnie Marshall running.
Yeah, he did.
Yeah, he sure did.
Yes, he did. Indecision. He knew he had a pass, and he saw the lane open up. 9th turnover for Jim Calhoun's Connecticut Huskies.
Still not bouncing back after Saturday with the real rhythm. I'm sure he would have loved to have seen his team come out and get this one over with early.
Front rim. He would have liked to have seen a first couple of minutes like Steve Young and the Niners had the other day.
You don't see many minutes like that, do you?
Donnie Marshall with 3. 13-point lead, 9 points for Donnie Marshall. And the biggest advantage of the evening. Two minutes to go, first half. It's 34-21, Connecticut.
Miami taking a little bit of the air out of the basketball right now.
They got Rich. He was able to catch it, get inside. He short-armed it.
Good catch, good look, just not finishing.
Oh, how did he do that? He didn't travel and no call.
All legal, too, with the control.
Was.
What a finish.
11 points for Donnie Marshall. Good look, 2 on the pass.
4-point turnaround, too. You miss an easy one down the other end. Connecticut comes back and cashes in.
Should be noted that Steve Rich last year had tore a ligament in that right hand. Still showing some effects, but not there. 2 hands, the power move.
That's a finish, too, huh?
Yeah.
A little difference between that and the previous one.
Higher percentage. Boy, Allen was open. Now Donnie Marshall gives it to him. The stroke is a little long. Marshall runs it down. He's left open.
Just hit one from there. You can't leave a guy who's just stroked one. Get in the rhythm.
He turns around. He's got nobody with him. Why not? He's got 14 points. 2 threes on the evening.
Like a game of around the world, rather.
16 points, biggest lead, too. Into the corner.
A little bit livelier now defensively, too, with the Connecticut Huskies. Feet are moving a little bit better.
Coming up at halftime, you'll see that man, Dick Vitale, plus a up-close view of Kerry Kittles, our 15-year moment, and the Direct TV sweepstakes all coming your way at halftime. What a picture, Dick. You believe that?
Dick Vitale.
Connecticut 10-2 run over the last 2.5 minutes.
I think Vitale's from Jersey, too, Dave, you know? wearing something like that.
Is it in the water? Popa finesses and gets a goal. And isn't that like cardinal rule #1? If you're 7 foot going to the glass, try to bring the house down, right?
Yeah, exactly. See, the thing about him is that watch him go with a double pump right now. Sometimes it's all right, but here's a small guy trying to block it. And watch, he brings it down. Now you've basically neutralized the height. You become a 6'5" player, even with Marshall on that particular play. So when you're big, go right after it, make sure you get to the line.
Pope is 7'3", Donnie Marshall 6'7". Interesting looking free throw. Remember Mr. Chamberlain at 7 foot plus used to be He must have had 18 variations.
Well, one of the key things with shooting the ball like this is to make sure you get total control over it with one hand.
Good trip by Konstantin Popa. He's got 8 points, 59% from the line in Big East play. Donnie Marshall on the bench, 2 fouls for him. Scheffer going to work some clock now. Hardly any differential between the shot clock and the game clock, so this should be the last possession.
It's about as close as it can get.
Pulls up, 3, good! What a splash by Daron Scheffer. Second left, oh, it got iron and it got some glass. 42-25, Connecticut leads after the first 20 minutes. Biggest lead of the evening for the Huskies, thanks to plays like this. We'll be back with our halftime activities in Hartford after these words from our local stations.
Need a better
company that brings you Proof Positive. And by DirecTV, proud sponsor of the DirecTV Grade 8. Great to have you back with us. 42-25, Connecticut on top here at halftime. Second half action coming up. And take a look at some of the halftime highlights. Dave Sims and Jim Spinarco with you. And Donnie Marshall came up large, didn't he?
Yeah, 5 for 7 in the first half. Defensively, you see a little steal and finish down the other end. And the other end for Miami, not shooting the basketball well at all in the first half. Hung around for most of the first time. But here's Popa with his little jump hook, getting one to fall down and using all of the rim.
Halftime stats, Miami 31%. That's even under their 40% coming into the game. Connecticut on fire at 57%. Miami not getting it done from deep. Rebounds, Connecticut by 5. And here's a big number here, points in transition. Major advantage by the Huskies. And we are ready to start this second half. Miami's led only once at 2-1. It's been all UConn since. Miami got to within 1 at 17-16. Connecticut ran off 8 straight and eventually stretched it out to 17. Here's Ray Allen to Scheffer with confidence tonight. Can't get that one. Rebound to Frazier.
Miami will try to just creep back into it. They have to do what they did the first 15 minutes or so in the first half, and that's just be patient.
Opa with a step. He was fouled by Knight.
Good start, good execution. Knight from behind with the foul, but Steve Edwards setting up. Watch the rotation by Popa, just sealing Knight on his hip and go after the basketball. A much better finish right there by Popa. At least he's above the rim going after it. There's the seal, once again, a different look. Great execution with Edwards on the delivery, and at least he's playing above the rim at 7 feet plus.
Why not? He's got 8 points, 4 rebounds. And doing well from the line. Connecticut women stay at #1 with a convincing win over Providence on the road. Pittsburgh leading at Boston College 33-27. BC still winless in the conference. Pitt has 1 win, and that was over St. John's in New York. Popa perfect 4 for 4 from the free throw line. He's got 10 points.
The one-handed shot looks pretty good when it goes down, doesn't it?
Results, that's all that matters, the results. Knight up top to Ray Allen. Donnie Marshall, all kinds of room. The fadeaway from there, no good, and Edwards rebound.
That was the reason for the miss too, Dave. Was a little bit of a fade. Nobody even close to him. Nice look. Got to catch it though.
Off of Popa, Dunn misfires. Cross court, too much. Indeed, it was. Had way too much giddy up on that one.
I'm surprised Ali even got a hand on that one.
Dick Calhoun looking for his club to bounce back. I don't detect any electricity with this ball club tonight.
No, and you know, they were up 17 at the half, and it was, sounds crazy, but almost the most unimpressive 17-point lead you'll see Connecticut get. They usually keep coming at you.
Norris guarded by Ali. Crowd waiting for the first bucket by Connecticut. Popa with the left hand. Knight rebound.
A little bit of line drive shot for Popa.
Allen ready to light it up. Got it!
Miami's not doing a good job of finding the shooters. Allen's one of them. Brian Fair's another one. He's on the floor. 13
for Allen. He's got 4 threes.
They better hurry. 27 seconds on the shot clock. Just get it over.
Give it to Edwards, now to Nars. top. Edwards with the stroke. In and out. Sheffer with the rebound. 18 points, the biggest lead. Looking for more.
Good cut by Knight.
It sure was wide open. Short by Ray Allen. Undercut. There's a foul on number 12, Kevin Norris. That'll be his third.
You can't knock the effort by Norris. Just a second late getting there. You'll see him take the legs out of Sheffer right at half court. Loose ball up for grabs. Now watch Norris, just a touch late. Good call from the officials.
Foul on Norris, his third. Steve Rich, number 5, is in the game for Miami. He replaced Constantine Popa.
Ollie with the cut.
Sure was a great pick. Ooh, sounded like a lot of ball. Norris pleading a case.
Big high screen, Dave, by Knight. Set this play up. Look for Knight setting the big screen, and here's the cut down low. Ollie. Yep,
got some wrist.
Yep, there's the wrist.
Got some wrist. Fourth on Norris. He picked up 2 in about 20 seconds or less. Anthony Rosa into the game. So that could be a major downside note for Miami. 17:45 to go.
Unfortunately for Norris, too, right there in that play. He's supposed to get some help with that big screen. The guy's defensively supposed to bump for him. He gets hit by the high screen, and he's all alone outside. Yep. Nobody's there to help him.
Yeah, he had no chance. Ollie's numbers to this point. So we'll mark down at 17:45. Let's see if the game gets away from Miami, and if so, how so. 17:45 done out. Norris out. Done with the left hand short. Rich right there. No, right at the basket. He had a bunny and couldn't put it in. Ollie, nice pass back to Sheffer. The extra pass. Ollie runs it down. Left hand too strong. Knight had it, lost it.
Edwards on the right side.
Rosa missed. Rich challenge. Breakout for Ollie. Looked like Young to Rice on that one.
Right on the money also. Ollie taking advantage. Rosa went to the basket, the other end, and he slipped out on him.
22-point lead for the Huskies, the biggest of the evening. 17:04 to go from Hartford. We'll be back after these messages from US Air.
Hook it up. There you go.
Shoot well first half, 32%, now 0 for 5, and also being blitzed by long passes like this.
And you talk about hitting somebody in stride. Ollie, without having to put the ball on the floor, that's a terrific look by the big fella, getting it right down the floor. Anytime you can put one right on the numbers and not have to put it on the floor.
Good defense by Connecticut. Here's Frazier. Slowed by several knee injuries. Alex Frazier.
A little better bounce in the legs right here from Miami on this offensive set.
Get it inside. In and out, Rich.
Oh, they've had some troubles, haven't he? I think that's 3 for him that he's had under the basket.
Nice look. One man to beat. Dunn challenging. Good body control. And a nice job by Edwards not to touch it.
Well, that ball barely came out also for them.
First bucket of the evening. Mitchell Dunn. Inside tonight. Managed to slither through. He beat the defense.
Johnny Marshall from up high finding Knight. Another good cut. We saw one in the first half and now in the second for Knight.
8 points for Travis Knight. Miami playing without its starting point guard. Kevin Norris, he sat down at 17:45 to go with his 4th foul. Blocked by Allen. Rosa, soft shot and scores. Anthony Rosa, his first bucket of the evening.
They get it down the floor after a bucket as fast as any team.
Allen got the side. Donnie Marshall, no roll. Miami ball. Dunn right down the paint. And they have had more chippies right at the rim.
There must be at least a half a dozen misses that they've had tonight so far.
Open man is Allen. Long time to study. It pays off. He's got 5 threes.
Sometimes you think a little bit when you have that much time, but not Ray Allen. Smooth as silk.
16 points for Ray Allen. 5 threes, a career high. the leading scorer in the Big East Conference. Edwards. That three is good.
Need some firepower from Steve Edwards. He's had some trouble shooting the basketball consistently.
4 points for Stephen Edwards. Travis Knight get a chance to catch his breath. Kirk King in the game, number 32, and Lorenzo Pearson, number 52 for Miami, replaces Steve Rich.
A career high of 5 threes for Ray Allen. Something tells me that's not going to last too long for that career, huh?
Tell you what, it'll be lucky to see the month of through the month of February. Marshall. Ollie. Kevin Ollie.
They get a lot of mileage out of the dribble. One time by Donnie Marshall to set Ollie's next move up.
10 points for Kevin Ollie. 54-34 Connecticut. Frazier way up top. Rebound, Donnie Marshall. Lost it, tried to get too cute. Edwards challenging. Throw it up. Didn't get in the iron, and a breakout now for Connecticut.
Got some numbers.
Oh, he got away with one. And a rebound by the smallest guy out there, but Mitchell Dunn.
He's going to keep blowing it, too.
Goes glass and scores.
He will look to push the basketball up the floor. He'll attack and come right at you.
Mitchell Dunn with 4. Good save by Ollie.
Yeah, I don't think this is the pace that Miami wants to play at, though, Dave. They don't have much choice, though, being down as many as they are.
Allen in the corner. Another three. He's got 19.
So much for that career high at 5, huh?
Continue to build upon it tonight. 59-36. Biggest lead of the evening. It was 42-25 Connecticut at halftime. Frazier runs down his miss. Leaves it for Pearson. Missed everything. Edwards draws the foul.
So where Miami's having some problems, Connecticut goes after you defensively, but I'm not so sure they're contesting these shots up high as badly as the shots are being missed.
BC closing the gap 3 minutes into the second half.
Here's the effort defensively. Sure, they're jumping the block. It has to have a little better concentration and keep attacking the iron. That's one thing Leonard Hamilton does get for his squad. See a little water break for Donnie Marshall. Leonard Hamilton does get his team going after it and playing very, very hard.
The other thing, too, for Leonard this year, he lost a couple big guys, 6'10" Brad Timpf and 7-footer William Davis, both to anterior cruciate ligament damage, so they're both done for the year.
And he also said, just commenting on that, Dave, that affected his practices because all the big guys then didn't have any big guys to play against.
Yeah. Ryan Fair in the game, number 31 for Miami. Only time Miami has defeated Connecticut, 80-65 back on January 26th of '93, and it's good.
Now Connecticut in total control. Miami will scrap, but Connecticut just showing you how deep and how talented they are.
Mitchell Dunn uses the window. So it's Brian Fair, Kevin Ollie, Willingham, make that Hayward, I'm sorry, Hayward, Allen, and Kirk King for the Huskies. Frazier, Dunn, Pearson, McCormick into the game now for Leonard Hamilton's Miami Hurricanes. Torrey McCormick was starting point guard after a lot of injuries last year. His first action tonight. Torrey out of Loganville, Georgia.
So the one thing about Connecticut, they're pretty much in their set offense, under control, good passing club, so everybody touches the basketball. Right here, a good example of that. 4 or 5 passes so far.
Just the opposite of what happened Saturday at Kansas. Kevin Ollie with the score. He's got 12. Major turnaround as expected by UConn. They were beaten 88-59 at Kansas Saturday, shooting just 26%, 16% from three-point range, and a 180 this evening.
Well, it's a test of character. You see Sheffer coming back into the ball game. It's a test of the will to strive, and I'm sure Jim Calhoun had some words of wisdom over the weekend for them, but they're so well coached. He does a great job of preparing them. It's obviously showing tonight, even with not the most impressive showing so far by Connecticut. Not to take anything away from it.
Brian Fair to Sheffer. Loose ball, and Miami comes up with it. Dunn's been scoring pretty well here second half. Spun that one out. Foul on Connecticut.
Dunn's getting that penetration, pushing it up the floor, and he just waits and waits until he sees the seam open, and then he just attacks it.
First foul on Rudy Johnson. Travis Knight back into the game. 11:36 to go. Connecticut in command. It's 63-38. Connecticut over Miami here in Hartford. We'll get back to you right after these words from our local stations. Music and hearing music here in Connecticut. Good tunes for the Husky fans. They have this one in control, 63-38. First meeting between these two teams, Miami and Connecticut.
You knew going in, too, that Leonard Hamilton was not happy camper coming in to play Connecticut after the Kansas game.
Oh, yeah. No question about it. And shooting 26% the second half. Way long by Steve Frazier. Almost a nice play as they have put Kevin Norris back into the game. Kevin picked up his third and fourth foul first 3 minutes of the second half.
So even though you have a big lead, Connecticut, Jim Calhoun is still thinking on the sideline. He wants his team executing as if this is a 2-point game.
Yeah, no question.
Get the rhythm. 7
points for Brian Fair for good reason, because the next game Saturday, it's against St. John's at Madison Square Garden. And in Big East play, Connecticut is 2-15 in New York City. They beat St. John's back on January 8th here in this building, 98-78. And this will be a rematch of Donnie Marshall and Charles Minlin. Both of those fellas were ejected in that game, and one more ejection in the season. They are done. So they really have to watch it.
Yeah, that'll be a hands-off policy for both of those two players.
Third foul on Donnie Marshall.
But Miami continues, as you see Popa getting hit from behind that time. Once again, though, bringing it to the rim, or trying to, even though he's gotten fouled. Miami going after the basketball. A nice little slip pass in the finish. Good effort on the glass.
4 for 4 from the line. Look at Marshall. 4 for 4 for Popa. He's got 11 points, and I tell you what, with the success rate he's having tonight, it's good reason maybe want to go to school on what he's doing at the line, his form.
Yeah, it's interesting when styles work. You know, I remember hearing Rick Barry say that as good a free throw shooter as he was, one of the best in NBA history, no one really ever came up to him to say, hey, teach me how to shoot that way.
Yeah.
The two-handed underhand.
Rick used to say, and to this day said, hey, it's a no-brainer. You put the English on the ball and just let it kiss the front rim.
It wasn't cool, though, Dave, to shoot that way, right?
Just like the hook shot in basketball, too. That's why it's so rare you see somebody shoot it. Right. Big three there by Mitchell Dunn. 42% from long range coming into the season. 9 points for him. And
Husky fans don't want to give up the ball at all. That was clearly Miami basketball.
16 turnovers for Connecticut as Kevin Ollie comes back into the game, along with Ray Allen and Donnie Marshall.
A long pass. Whose hand does it go off?
Oh, clearly. Kurt King.
Fans don't want to give it up, though. Husky.
They're up 65-43, and you'd think that this was a
two-pointer, right?
Yeah.
Husky mania has set in.
It is amazing up here. You read about it, you see it, you hear it. If this building was a 30 or 40,000 seat arena, you wouldn't be able to get a ticket. They would fill this baby up. Oh boy. He thought he traveled and he wanted to get rid of it, turned it over. 10 turnovers for Miami.
That's a Bob Uecker pass right there, huh? Front row.
It's good to be paying attention.
That's it. Don't have the popcorn in the hand.
That's right. If you're going, I'll have another dog, that could hurt.
That's it. You'd be wearing it.
Inside of 10 minutes to go here at Hartford. 65-43 Connecticut. Donnie Marshall stripped. Travis Knight, that's impressive. 7-footer on the floor. Ray Allen, jump ball possession, and it will be Miami ball. And Frazier getting up, holding his head.
Yeah, there were some sneakers flying on that one. A couple of kicks here and there.
Yeah.
Everybody seems okay.
Tell you what, earlier this year, Mitchell Dunn, he lost 2 teeth when he fell on the floor, and Steve Frazier fell on him and knocked 2 teeth out of his mouth. So if you're a Miami fan, you see people going down on the floor, kind of scary.
Yeah, it's not a good sign for Leonard Hamilton when he sees guys going down and getting up slowly.
Steve Frazier pulls back, a little short. Allen in a hurry to Sheffer. And a 3. It's a 2. They make it a 2. Tom Lopes with the call along with Frank Scagliotta. The 2-point goal, 7 points.
Jim Calhoun agreeing with the call. You think that's the next defense?
Next defense. Next defense, no question. Steve Rich back into the game for Miami. He replaces Constantine Popa.
Connecticut just really spotting it up right now.
BC's taking the lead. Sure they like that at the Conti Forum. Eagles with that fabulous year last year, getting to the Final 8, lose all those seniors and got to start all over, and they lose Chris Herron to start the season. That knocked away, a lot of contact. Frazier, nice look. And Frazier missed it. And Knight comes up with the rebound. Connecticut ball.
They have to be coming up on double digits on those easy ones that they've had. And even, you're not going to make all of them every night, but if you make 6 or 7 of those easy ones.
Ray Allen has had more room than if he was shooting in his backyard. Another 3. He's got 7, a UConn record.
And they've all just about been from that corner spot, both ends of the floor.
Nice move by Edwards. Shake free.
Scratch school record time now for Ray Allen, huh?
Good penetration by Stephen Edwards here.
Sure is. That scorer's mentality, the hang time, finding the glass, and then getting your shot off. This is a terrific move. You see the hit up high. A beautiful move along the baseline.
New Wellingham, number 4, is into the game. Travis Knight picked up his 3rd foul on that play. A school record, very impressive by Ray Allen, and I'd say out of those 7, 6 have been uncontested.
Yeah, good looking stroke too, isn't it, when he gets it going?
70-46, the 3-point play completed by Stephen Edwards. Wellingham, Sheffer pops free. Tried to bang it off the glass, and Frazier with the rebound.
You know, this last 8 minutes, I think this last 8 minutes, Dave, is just as important to Connecticut as the first part of this
Edwards
ball game.
high, arcing 3, nicely done. And tipped away. Edwards has 10 points. Number 13, Chuck Barker's in the game for Miami. 7:50 to go. 21-point advantage by the Huskies over Leonard Hamilton's Miami Hurricanes. We're back after these words from our local stations. Back, everybody. We're in Hartford. Dave Sims and Jim Spinarco. Connecticut enjoying a 70-49 lead over Miami. Miami Hurricanes came in after tonight's game, having lost 2 straight, rather, my mistake, after they had won 3 prior to that. They had won at St. John's, Providence, and Boston College. They came in losing to Villanova and at Syracuse. Connecticut shooting from 3-point range tonight, 55%. Well ahead of their 39% norm. Team record for threes in a single game is 12, and they're at 11 right now, 11 for 20.
Thank you, Ray Allen. With his threes, explosive night for him from the outside.
Sheffer trying to break down Chuck Barker. Steal by Frazier, and he takes it in. So one of the few occasions where Miami's been right at the 10, they're able to knock it in.
Good move from Connecticut's perspective there, just to let that one go. Sometimes you make a crazy effort to go after a breakaway.
Sure. An opening for Donnie Marshall. He's fouled.
He looks for that seam. Comes around a little curl. Wide open again. Breakdown defensively. But it's the reaction. It's a quick catch. He catches and then puts it down and attacks.
Foul on Edwards for Miami. His first. Donnie Marshall at the line. He's got 15. And here comes Mitchell Dunn. He replaces Alex Frazier. That ends, that free throw ended an 8-0 run by Miami. And Donnie Marshall, 85% in Big East play from the free throw line. A good trip for him, 72-51, Connecticut.
Staying with that man-to-man defense.
Edwards bounced it off his foot. Yes, he did. And another turnover for Miami. So what do you think? You come off this game, it wasn't a lot of electricity for Connecticut. They do get the big advantage and have the big lead. And we'll talk about that when we come back. Connecticut's next game Saturday in New York City at Madison Square Garden against the Red Storm of St. John's. Our score 72-51 Connecticut. We'll return after these messages. Sims and Jim Spanarkel, and time now for our MCI proof positive replay, Jim.
Well, you look at this situation, and one thing about Miami is they come down the floor right now. Frazier pushing it. Not many easy buckets. I think that's been one of the tones for them this game, Dave, is the fact that they weren't getting many easy shots and didn't put the ones down when they did get the easy ones.
BC extending its lead, 53-47. Coming up on 8 minutes to go at Conti Forum in Chestnut Hill, Mass. Travis Knight up top. Starters still in the game for Connecticut. Ray Allen's had a fabulous night.
See, I think part of why you have the starters in still is that Jim Calhoun wants to make sure they have their rhythm. Get ready for that big one Saturday night when they go to Madison Square Garden.
Connecticut's won its last 2 in New York City. Prior to that, Huskies had lost 15 straight Big East contests in New York City proper, whether it be at the Garden or Alumni Hall against St. John's. Another miss at the basket. Steve Rich.
Just not finishing.
Ollie fades, can't get it. And they'll stay right here.
I spoke to Leonard Hamilton before the game, Dave, and one of the things he said about his team was that they had to finish plays. And clearly tonight they have not done that for him, and it's made a very long evening out of this game, and he knew going in this was not going to be a bowl of ice cream, that's for sure.
Yeah, he said, like it says in St. James in the Bible, he says you got to count in all joy. It builds character, stay focused, and you got to pray on your situation. Certainly been true tonight.
You know, it's a long night when you go to Scripture too, huh?
Never hurts, right? Foul on Edwards. And it was his second. Ryan Fair now into the game for Connecticut.
I'll give you a sign of a well-coached team also, Dave. The fact that you're up 20-plus points for most of the way the last 10 minutes or so. You don't see them get out of control. You see them execute. You see everybody touch the basketball. Some teams go to garbage time.
Yeah,
3 or 4 minutes ago.
Sure.
This is a well-coached team, and he knows that he has to stay on them. If you're going to contend, you have to play through adversity.
Allen, 3 in the air. Mark it up.
Number 8, I believe.
He's got 25 points, building on his school record. 8 3-pointers, a school record for Connecticut.
He comes up with a steal right there. He'd be better off pulling up down the court, right?
Yeah.
Ray Allen on a break, pull up at 3.
He's got it going on. You might as well. Rich, and Steve Rich being affected. He's got the sprained knee from this past summer, which kept him out of the trip going to Israel. Stress fracture in his right tibia, then, of course, the ligament tear in his right hand. So it's very difficult for him to catch the ball.
Yeah, you can see him going after the ball, that he's slowed. Not like this guy, though, he push it.
Allen off his chest. He was looking for the next play. Allen on his last 3 gave Connecticut 12 threes on the evening, and that ties the school record.
Ray, you got to catch that ball on the break there, though, huh?
Move on against Dunn, slip. Hope he can get up already. He's got a bad knee. And travel against Stephen Edwards.
Well, it's another tough set for Miami. Dunn falling down. And Steve Edwards trying to lean in to get the call. But he takes that extra step, picks up the pivot foot.
Fabulous shooting night for Connecticut. 52%. 12 makes a school record. Connecticut came into tonight's action second to Villanova, made 3-pointers in Big East play.
Looking for 3rd and 4th options.
King with the left hand. Well done.
That was pretty quick, too. Wasn't a little ball fake, hesitation, and exploded.
First bucket for Kirk. I think the hallmark tonight, Jim, is the extra passing that Connecticut has done tonight. Problem that Jim Calhoun said was a killer Saturday. And you might expect it. Brian Fair bangs in another 3. He's got 10 points. Second 3 of the evening.
School record there, too, isn't it,
Yes,
Dave?
indeed. 13, a school record for Connecticut. And the Huskies have locked this baby up. It's 80-51. 3:41 to go in our ball game from Hartford. We'll return from this timeout after these messages. We are back here at Connecticut, 80-51, and a lot of the Connecticut faithful here at the sold-out Civic Center start feeling for the car keys.
Yes, they do.
Uri Cohen-Mintz, number 50, is into the game. He's out of Tel Aviv, Israel, 6'10", 215, a freshman.
I'll bet you this, though, Dave, that Miami plays this as if it's the first 3 minutes of this game.
Hopa line drive. Nicely done with the hook shot. Hopa with 14.
They never quit with their effort defensively.
Comes the trap. And just missed is done. Fair's going to let her rip again. And an offensive foul on Kirk King, number 32.
Stevie Edwards with the call right there. Maybe a touch on the acting side, but right in front of the official. He just holds his position. Here's the contact. Good move here to flail his arms, too. The arms go up. The official's eyes go right for it. Little smile, too.
20 turnovers for Huskies here tonight at home.
See, I'd be a little concerned if I were Jim Calhoun with that number, Dave.
Yeah.
20 turnovers. They're not going to matter tonight, but you can't do that against the better teams in this league and in the country.
Nice look. Hopa had it knocked away. We'll stay right here. A couple of nice interior passes there by Miami. Brian Fair knocked it out of bounds.
Just have not been able to get the results, Miami, at their end of the floor.
Wide open 3 is in the air and no good by Steve Frazier, who has had a mighty struggle tonight shooting. School record 13 threes tonight. Edwards from deep, no, and Ollie rebounds.
Is he quick with the basketball?
Good handle, too. Textbook dribbling. Checks the ball very nicely.
With Ollie, even though Sheffer's not on the floor right now, it's a nice backcourt. Guys look around and give it up.
Nobody moving. Willingham, shot clock coming up on 10 seconds. Ollie finds Fair, cutting to the basket. Nice.
That's a pretty read by Fair right there. Known for his outside shooting. He's flared to the corner and then cut along the baseline.
12 points for Brian Fair. Came in averaging almost 9 a game. And Frazier finally scores. Been a long time in coming. He's now 3 for 11 from the field. He's got 7 points.
Wide open on the baseline. Finally, Miami gets him the basketball.
Greg Yeomans, one of the walk-ons, comes into the game now for Connecticut. BC holding off Pitt now. That Pitt team, I'm telling you, as game as anybody in the country. 7 scholarship players. When Jerry McCullough comes back next year, plus they have about 4 or 5 outstanding recruits for next year, Pitt will be a factor.
Things go in cycles, don't they?
Oh, it's unbelievable. Steve Frazier, to give you an idea how much he struggled tonight. 1 for 8 from 3-point range tonight. Fair way outside. Boy, he wants it all. Kurt King.
Going after it.
Oh, he tried to muscle that one home. Final minute and a half from Hartford. Edwards with the flip. No. And Popa almost put into the second row by Willingham. Rory Cohen-Mintz.
Maybe a little garbage time shooting up right now, Dave.
Yes, indeed.
A little ragged.
Nice spin by Frazier. Steve Frazier. A few years ago, top scorer in New York City at Andrew Jackson High School. He scored 39 a game. A couple of knee operations later, and it's really taken away from his productivity. They want the walk-on to shoot it. Kurt King almost hurt Popa with that rebound.
A true brick coming down.
Kick back. He was done with his pants falling off. Right pants are halfway down. They want Yeomans 22 to shoot it. He's a senior walk-on, 6 foot 190. There he is.
Right here.
Shoot it. Oh, you don't have your name on the back of your jersey like you're going to get a lot of opportunities. You need to shoot that. Yeah. Willingham sent back.
He's still open here if he gets it.
Boy, I tell you what.
Got another trip left in him. That's about it.
Yeomans will hear it from his teammates for not hoisting one. He gets a rebound. Crowd wants him to shoot it. He's got 12 seconds and he gives it up. So he's not going to be out of luck. I hope his pants stay on, too. They missed a dunk! Oh, Miami's just had a nightmare. An absolute nightmare.
Can't end quick enough for them right now.
Time to tell a Bussy to get it going. 82-57 is the final from Hartford. It's the end of our game. Final score, Connecticut wins at 82-57. We'll be back with some post-game comments in a moment. Civic Center. Connecticut Huskies win it handily, 82-57. And our post-game guest joining Dave Sims and Jim Spinarkle is Ray Allen. And what a game he had. 25 points, 8 for 12 from 3-point range. And Ray, every time you looked up from outside the arc, you were open, so why not let her rip, right?
Yeah, we work on that every day in practice. Somebody run at me, and, I just knocked it down. They put their hand in my face. I felt it, and just went through the net.
Coming off the big loss at Kansas, obviously this was an important game. Did you guys really feel juiced tonight?
Yeah, we're looking to get back into the flow of our defense, operate, our offense real well, make sure that everything we did was, had a lot of fluidity to it. So we get back into the Big East and, finish out, like we want to.
Ray, did Jim Calhoun, did he dwell on the fact of what happened against Kansas? Is he the type of coach who just kind of pushes it aside, or does he bring that up again?
He never dwells on, things we do, bad. He just makes sure we work on the things that we did bad in that game. He never talks about the game really a lot. Defense, we didn't do a lot in Kansas game, and we didn't, make good passes on offense, and we worked a lot on that in practice. And he never really talked about it. We just made sure that he made sure that we focus on all those things we got to do.
Well, the passing I thought tonight was pretty good, especially with, it must be a pleasure for you playing with really 2 point guards in your lineup with Ali and Sheffer. You just have to kind of run to spots, which you do very well, but then they find you. And tonight, I mean, you were just stroking it, knocking it down.
Oh, I love my point guards because they always look for me. I could, run out to the 3-point line, and they're going to penetrate and look for me. And that's what happened tonight. I just spotted up, and my shot was going down.
So you get stuck paying for the lunch bills, I guess, the way they find you, huh?
I got to buy them all diamond rings.
Hey, Ray, give us an idea what it was like when you came back from Kansas the other day and as you prepared for tonight's game.
Coming back from Kansas, I think everybody was just quiet. Everybody was quiet. Nobody really said too much. We thought about the mistakes we made in the game, and we thought about what we had to do to get ourselves ready for the Big East, once again. And we didn't really have to say much to each other. The coach didn't really have to say much to us coming into practice after that game. we just worked hard, you know, so he didn't have to say much. We just went at everything, you know, full speed.
And when you get pounded like that, it's probably don't have to say a heck of a lot.
Yeah, this is a crazy week for you too, Ray. Coming off that game against Kansas, tonight you have the easier game of the two. You have St. John's at the Garden also. In terms of preparation, this is a very important game to kind of get out of the way, make sure you played well enough to win, because you have St. John's at the Garden, where Connecticut hasn't done too well over the last 17 games.
Yeah, that's true, but, you know, all Big East games are a threat to us because,
Sure.
you know, on any given night, you know, a team can step up and beat, you know, last place team could beat the first place team, and, you know, that's just on any given night, and we just don't want that to happen, you know, going down the line, even though, I mean, it was Miami and they were in the middle of the Big East. We just wanted to play like, you know, we were playing Georgetown and Syracuse tonight, and going into Saturday's game against St. John's, too.
Look, it's a good example, I think, tonight, too, of just how deep your team is. Coach Calhoun brings a lot of guys off the bench. It's nice to have that depth. And I thought the first half you guys had a 17-point lead, and I didn't think that was really true Kinetic basketball. I've seen you guys play a whole lot better, but it shows your depth.
Yeah, we have guys working in and out, you know, on offense, guys that can score, guys that can play defense. So, I mean, if we're ever lacking on an area on the court at that present time, you know, he could bring someone out the bench. And, you know, in the first half, we just had to, you know, be more aggressive on the offensive end. You know, our defense was there tonight, and, you know, just like I said, in the offensive part in the first half, we could have been more aggressive.
Do you put personal pressure on yourself after a game like Kansas to step it up to make sure you're the leader? I mean, you're a young player, but you're still one of the leaders on this team.
Yeah, the thing about our team is, you know, everybody accepts leadership roles. You know, Kevin and Donnie, they're the seniors, and Brian and Boo, and, you know, they help out, you know, a whole lot. They're the leaders of this team. But the thing that's so good about our team is everybody is willing to say something, you know, to help, you know, our team, you know, be a great team. And, I mean, from Donnie to Greg Yeomans, everybody's saying something. Everybody's helping out.
Ray, give us an idea what it's like from a player's standpoint, Husky Mania. You know, people here outside the region here see and hear a lot about it, but as a player, what's your perspective on it?
It's just crazy. You go anywhere you want, and people are just, they know who you are. You can be in any corner of Connecticut, and they just go crazy. They'll give you a story about how they want to autograph with somebody who's crazy about you. And, you know, it's a thrill, you know, when somebody comes to you and they tell you that they're so highly devoted to your team. And you would think it's only the people in the area, but it's all over. And, I mean, that's what helps us, you know, move on, because we know we always have support in our state.
Ray, good to see it. Congratulations, great game. 25 points, 8 for 12 from three-point range. Ray Allen, our star of the game here in Hartford. Tonight's game has been produced by Paul Carlson and directed by Jim Edmonds. And the rest of our Big East crew, what a group we have here in Hartford. Connecticut wins its 26th straight home game, 14th straight regular season conference game. Connecticut runs its record to 16-1, 9-0 in the Big East, while Miami falls to 3-6 in the conference and 8-8 overall. Along with Jim Spinarkle, I'm Dave Sims. Again, the final score, Connecticut wins it 82-57. The proceeding has been a Big East Conference Television Network production. Have a good evening, everyone.